came in here to see me? Did you come in here to see me? Bye, Grizzly. Don't you pee on that. What's wrong with you? Welcome, y'all. Welcome back to Homestead Heart. It's time to get my cucumbers planted. That's exactly what I'm about to do. All right, you all. So today what I'm going to do to get my cucumbers started, I'm going to tell you what varieties I'm planting. All right, so with my cucumbers, I'm going to start off with this Mexican sour gherkin, okay? Now, with the Mexican sour gherkin, you all, this little cucumber is about so big. If you ask me, it's quite annoying to try to harvest them all. So why are we growing it? We are going to put this in a large container with a trellis. Hopefully that'll make it easier to grow and harvest. I'll be trimming the vines when they get a little too long, and that way, you all, we'll be able to harvest these and we'll be able to pickle them whole, right? So I'm excited about doing these. Also, I'm going to be planting some Market More 76 cucumbers. This is a great slicing cucumber. All right, I'm going to be planting, of course, one of our favorites, which is the West India bird gherkin. Oh, these are so good when they are cooked. I can't wait to share that with y'all. I'm gonna share that recipe with y'all on our other channel, Marie in the Kitchen. I'll be sharing that recipe there, okay? Once we harvest them, okay? So, and these are on our seed stores. So if you want to cook along with us, with this amazing dish, okay, then you can go to our seed store, ahomesteadheart.com, and you can pick up your West India bird gherkin along with other cucumbers, okay? And last but not least is the cucumber that I absolutely love to grow to make Mr. H's dill pickles. He loves his dill pickles, right? And we have found that this one is probably one of the best when it comes to pickling. We've tried the let me see, what is it? Let me see, was it Chicago pickling or something like that? But we've tried a couple of other pickling cucumbers, and this by far is the one that we prefer, okay? So these are the, oh, there's one more. There is a Suyo Long. Last year we grew a Japanese climbing cucumber. This year we're doing Suyo Long, okay? And this cucumber, we're excited to grow this one as well. This one is also on our seed store. So I'm gonna go ahead and get busy. Now, you all, I am going to be starting these in these solo cups here. These are the medium-sized solo cups. They're not the large ones, all right? And all I'm gonna do is just take my drill here, put this right in the center, and I drill down one hole in the bottom, and it goes through all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my cups, okay? And that's really, I don't need any more holes than that. That one hole is going to be sufficient, trust me. Now, with these cucumbers, they're not going to be in these containers very long. One thing you got to understand about these is that they do grow at a pretty good rate, okay? So they're not going to be inside under the lights for very long. I have my starting mix here that you cannot see. So let me go ahead and get my cups filled with my mix. And the mix that I'm using is just a Kellogg's Raised Bed Potting Mix. Now I'm going to tell you why. Mrs. H, why aren't you using just a plain seed starting mix? Because in truth, you can literally start these seeds in the ground if you wanted to, right? If you have a very long growing season, you can literally drop these cucumber seeds in the ground and they will grow. And actually what I do is when I plant my transplants, what I also do is come around the transplants and I'll probably add a couple of more seeds, right? Just to get those to start growing as well. So you can really direct sow these if you want. So I don't have to do a special mix for these. They're gonna grow just fine. All right. Make sure I got enough soil. How much soil are you putting in your containers? So I'm putting it in to about right here. And then I'm just going to drop my seeds on top, and then I'll cover it with some additional soil. Okay? And another beautiful thing about starting these in these little solo cups here is that I don't have to waste any of my labels. In fact, I'm running low. But I'll tell you, I have had these labels for a couple of years now. I bought them by the case, and I think it was like, I don't know. There was a lot of them in that case, in that box rather. There was a whole lot of them, and they came in all these cute little different colors. But I'm just now running low on them, okay? Just now. So it is time for me to restock, and it's been 2 years since I bought those. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by labeling my cup. I'll do the Mexican sour gherkin. I'm only gonna use 1 cup for those. I really don't need a lot because I'm gonna put several seeds in here. And then what I'll end up doing is just cutting off way too many. I don't need any more than 3 or 4 plants inside of my container. And I'm gonna be using a 17-gallon tub that I got from Walmart for like $5 a few years ago. That I punched holes in, and I was originally using that to plant our trees in, but I have some, and I'm going to use that to put our Mexican sour gherkins in, and I'll put a tomato trellis on the inside. We grew these 1 year in the ground. We ain't doing that no more. No. They went everywhere. It's hard to get rid of them little boogers too. All right, y'all, so I got my soil in. I lightly tamped that down. I literally just took my little fingers and just gave it a light press. And now I'm gonna put the seeds on top. I don't have a lot of these seeds left, but then again, I don't need a lot. I got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seeds in my hand, and I'm gonna sprinkle these 5 over the top. Actually, I'm probably gonna add just another one, just a couple more. Yeah, add a couple more, and I have about 5 more left in here, so that's good. And then I'm literally just gonna cover the top of this with a little bit of soil. Not very much soil at all. Let me grab a cup. All right, so I'm literally just gonna take this and just add, these are very small seeds. Just add just a little bit of soil right on top. And I'm gonna tamp that down too. And then I have my watering can that I'm going to use to water these lightly. Now, normally, you all, I would cover these with saran wrap to help build up humidity, but I don't have to do that with these really. I found that once I plant them and I just put them in a warm location, they're going to go inside because we're expecting temperatures to be down in the lower 30s tonight. So as warm as this greenhouse is right now, it won't be this warm overnight tonight. So I'm gonna have to take these inside, okay? So that's my sour gherkin. Now, the next thing that I'm gonna be planting here, this is my suyo long cucumber. And I'm gonna probably drop about 3 seeds to a cup, okay? Just 3 or 4, it doesn't matter. All right, perfect. So I have 5 cups like this, all right? And I'm gonna go ahead and write suyo long. On this cup. Set that to the side. And this is literally how easy it is to start these seeds, you all. I mean, it's so easy to get them started. And the reason why I do not use cups like this to start tomato seedlings is because we grow so many. Peppers and all of that, we grow so many. So I like to use cell trays to start them in, because I can pop in 2 seeds or so, or however many seeds I want to start, but I can get a whole lot of them done at once, right? And it's a lot quicker to put soil in that entire tray and then pop a few seeds in that entire tray and be done with a whole tray in a matter of a few minutes versus doing it this way. But I'm doing it this way with these cucumbers because they grow pretty fast and they're not going to be indoors for an extended period of time. They'll be inside for a few weeks at best. But with my tomatoes and peppers, eggplant, those things tend to be inside for months on, months at a time. Like you could start these at the end of January and they're not going out till late March, perhaps. As long as the weather holds up, they're not going out till 3rd week of March here, right? So that's a long time from January to March to have seedlings growing inside, but cucumbers won't be inside that long at all, okay? Yeah, so these are going to be going outside in just a few weeks. All right, so now that I have this one done, and then I'm also going to write the date on these as well. And then, for my own record, I also like to write the expected germination date. And that lets me know around what time I should be seeing my seedlings emerge. There we go. That lets me know around what time I should be seeing them emerge. So I'm going to put a little soil over the top here. And cover up my seeds. And then, wait a minute, I don't want them on the edge like that. Let me get these off the edge like that. There we go. I want them in as close to the center as possible. Not on the edge. There we go. And then afterwards, I'm just going to water these in without knocking over my camera. Just going to water these in very carefully. I'm not going to turn this up on high, just on low. Fill that cup up to the rim, and then that water's going to drain. Now, the one thing I'll tell you about this Kellogg's potting mix is that it has quite a bit of peat in it already, so it's going to hold some moisture. And that water has drained down in these pretty quickly already, okay? And then once they completely drain, I'm going to hit them one more time to make sure they're nice and saturated, okay? But don't have the pressure up too high. You don't want to blast your seedlings all over the place. And that's it. And my cucumbers are planted, all right? So I'm very excited about that. And you can see that one hole is doing the trick. You see that? Perfect. Perfect. I don't need a whole bunch of holes. That one hole is doing the trick. I don't know what size drill bit I grabbed, but I'll show it to you. That's it. See that? I don't know what size that is, and I ain't got my glasses on. It tells me, but I can't see. I can't see it. I ain't gonna even worry about it. But that's the size drill bit that I used, so you can see that hole size again. Let me show you real quick. All right, so this is the size of that hole right there. So it's not a large hole, but it's the perfect size for these little seedlings, okay? But y'all, that's it. I still have a few more to plant. I'm gonna be doing my bird gherkins here soon, planting my West India bird gherkin. In fact, let me go on and do that right now. Let me do it right now. But I'm gonna need another tray. Now you all, I got my seed starting trays from Bootstrap Farmer. Y'all know I love these trays. They are a little on the expensive side, but I gotta tell you, they hold up for a long time. And I do have a link to these trays right along with my 72 sales, my 128 sales, my 50 sales. I have quite a few that I got from them. And I do have a link in the description box below. It is an affiliate link. So if you would like to shop Bootstrap Farmer, hopefully you'll find the types of grow trays or whatnot that you're needing, and you'll use our affiliate link to make your purchase. It won't cost you anything extra. It just helps out our channel, and we would greatly appreciate that. Okay, so I'm going to slide this tray to the side. And then in my next tray here, I'm gonna start some more. Actually, let me get some more holes done in a few more of these trays, a few more of these cups rather. And I do several at a time because, as you can see, I got the holes going all the way through. Save some time, right? Just make sure if there's any plastic in there, you want to get all of that out. All right. And then I have my, come on out of there. Then I have, all right. Then I have my seed starting mix here over in one of these 17-gallon containers I was telling you about. Let me grab mine. It's just easier to dump it all out in here. So I can scoop it up, especially if I'm going to be starting a good bit amount of seedlings. And I'm going to give that a little tamp down. I'm not packing it too firm, but I am tamping it down to kind of help remove some of the air pockets. All right, now for my West India bird gherkins, if you all are planting these, trust me when I say you don't need a lot. Believe you me, you don't need a lot. All right. All right. So now, here, you see how tiny these little seeds are? But y'all, from this itty bitty seed right here, I don't know if you've seen the video. I may link that video at the end of this one. But you all, we only had a few plants. And these bird gherkins literally was like a flowing green garden of just vines. Just absolutely stunning. And absolutely loaded with bird gherkins. I'm telling you, you can feed your family and a few others off of maybe 5 or 6 plants. You can feed a lot of people with just a few of these plants, okay? So, because we want a lot of them, I am gonna put about 4 seeds in a cup. And I'm not growing a ton of them. I'm only gonna do enough to hopefully get about 4 plants. So I'm gonna plant twice as much as I need to make sure I get exactly what I'm going for, okay? And like I said, I'm just dropping 4 seeds in the center of this cup. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a few more, okay? Because I really want to make sure that the bird gherkins that we get this time, we are going to be freeze drying some and dehydrating some. But also, I'm hoping to be able to share these with a few people to get them interested in growing their own. A lot of people find it weird that we cook these cucumbers, right? And I've tried doing it with other cucumbers and they don't taste the same. It's different. You don't taste, the flavor's different. And actually my son-in-law is the one who originally made this dish for us with these gherkins. And and ever since then I've been hooked, and that's been, gosh, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, I want to say. Let me see. Yeah, about 9 years ago when he first made this dish for us. And I'm going to tell you, ever since then, I have been hooked on these. So yes, I'm excited to grow them and share with you how to prepare them as well. And I'm going to take a little bit of soil, not a lot, and put right over the top. These are some small seeds. You don't want to bury your seeds any deeper in the soil, or you don't want to put, you don't want to put more soil on the top of that seed than the actual size of the seed itself. So you see these itty bitty seeds here, right? See how small they are. So you don't want to put a mound of soil on top. You want to put just enough on top to cover that seed, because the seed is so small. So you want your soil to be a little smaller, right? So you have to remember that about planting seeds. If you bury them too deep, they may not germinate, all right? So remember that. You want to go light on the soil. All right, I'm gonna give that a nice little tamp. Then I'm going to take my water and I'm going to be gentle with it, because I'm not trying to move my seeds around too much. Too much pressure and you can move those seeds in places you don't want them to be. And I'm filling this cup all the way up to the top, giving plenty of room for me to fill it up with water and then allow them to drain. And I'm going to do that a couple of times. All right. And once I get them all filled all the way up, and you can see how fast they're draining, right? So once I get them all filled up with water, just going to allow these to sit, and they'll completely drain, because these do have quite a bit of peat moss in them, in that starting mix, okay? So it's going to hold in that moisture, which is what we want. We don't want these to dry out. I'm not going to cover this with plastic wrap. I'm going to leave them all open, but I'm just going to put them directly under the light, okay? So that's the bird gherkin that has been planted. All the suyo longs have been planted. Now the last thing that I have to plant is going to be the Boston pickling and the market more. But we're going to do them the same way. We're going to start all of our cucumber seeds the exact same way, okay? So you all, I hope you found how I start cucumber seeds helpful, how easy it is to start them. And remember, you don't have to start them in cups. You can start them in cells. Just be prepared though, that they are going to grow out of these cells rather quickly. All right, so just know that, okay? And I say this too, like when it comes to certain types of crops, is some seeds I do not start in sales like this, and it's going to depend on the size of the seed. But we're going to talk about that in another video in the future, okay? All right, y'all, that's going to do it for this video. I didn't want it to be too long. But if you found the video helpful, I hope you'll give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos we upload to our channel. And thank you all again for watching Homestead Heart. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you. And listen, you all, don't forget, remember, grow your groceries. See y'all in the next video.